Hey, muy buenas noches, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. And as always, do allow me to thank everybody for you guys' words, prayers, for your time and support. De corazón se los agradezco. Well, before I start, I want to first touch on a small recording I put earlier on answering a question, right? And as you guys know, I don't really listen to rap, right, personally. But since I opened my mouth and spoke about the homie that recently passed on, I went in and I peeped his songs, and man, he was talented. With this, I want to start off with, man, there's got to be wisdom. And I'm speaking in general. Sureños, norteños, bulldogs, even paisas that have that talent, right? Man, we gotta. I'm not gonna include myself, cause I don't even got talent to speak. But you gotta break them doors down. It's a shame that over small stuff, in any sense, right, from any angle, we're stopping our own people instead of if you don't have it, at least knock doors down and be if you could say a support system in the sense of helping somebody get there, right? But it's just my opinion again. The camarada had a lot of talent, and for whatever reason, at the end of the day, it's a loss behind the lifestyle, right? But anyways, do allow me to start off and touch on the topic on hand. I promised the boy from Salinas I was going to touch on Abe from Sacramento. And first and foremost, you know, mostly everything I knew about Abe came from Raul, you know, my first celly that was a main member and a couple camaradas that were under him, right? This is back in the days, right? These were people that you could say gave me clecha, right? To the sense of smarting up. I always been a hard-headed individual, but I was always well aware that I was wet behind the ears, and every knowledge is good knowledge as long as you're able to dissect it, right? And take whatever suits you in your walk. That's why I always state, everybody has something to offer when it comes to being beneficial, right? And I know nobody on YouTube's gonna agree with the next man, which I think is just part of human nature, right? Regardless, there's always something there. But again, I heard a lot of good things. I've never heard nothing negative from this Billy, right? I heard he was one that when he was doing his thing, he did his thing. Had his gente and was never in politics, was never in a power struggle. He worked in the guidelines, right? That everyone should, but as you guys know, it'll never happen like that, right? To the point that when this individual left, he left in good standings, and he was able to, after so long, to do his thing without having no ricochet towards him. But I want to take you back to 2000, yeah, 2000, 2001. I was with two camaradas that were writing to him. I'm not gonna say they were working for him, because again, he was more so on whatever he was able to get. He wasn't a greedy individual. As I stated before, there's good Billies, right? That actually fall under guidelines that they put out. But again, it was 99 2000, because I don't want a lot of people from SAC saying that I'm full of BS. But it was the homie Spooky from 47th Street. and Dopey from BST, I believe, something like that, right? But they were both from Sacramento though, and at that time they had people on the streets, right? Which they were organizing for Abe, and again, I got a lot of glecha from these two individuals on how when you see something from a Billy, basically, show your respects and step aside. But I want to open that glimpse on the drag, right? That comes with you working on their Billy. For many years they were supporting Abe. Not once were they involved in a power struggle or nothing like that, right? As I stated within time, Abe, he did what he had to do and he pulled out, right? But before then, he wanted to make sure whatever the homie Spooky and Dopey did for him wasn't didn't go to waste, right? Or they were protected in the sense of politics. As you guys know, it's a real thin line, right? But anyways, I want you guys to see the difference of what I speak about, right? For example, I know Spooky went with Terco, and Dopey went with Jacko. Whatever little rich they had, they brought it to the table and put a whole new way of doing things. Of course, they were younger, different generation than Abe, so they worked differently. For one, if you ever did anything for Terco, you knew you were gonna get your hands dirty. Period, because he was always up with somebody, right, with another member, and as Jacko, Jacko, he had a lot of reach, he had a lot of move, and up into, you could say, till Cisco and Perico, everything was firmes, right? And little by little, everything started going downhill. First, a lot of issues with Shotgun, and then within time, he just checked in, never caring about his soldados, right? Or what was going to come of them. You know, from my personal knowledge, he gathered as much feria as he could and he punched. So this takes planning. Is the way, excuse I say it like that, but the way a Tecato does things, right? He does his little thing and he only cares about what's going to happen with him, right? But when this happened, of course, his crew couldn't be trusted. For one, there was a lot of misunderstandings on with Shotgun and a different individual that was with him that eventually Dopey, he didn't get hit, but he seen the writing on the wall and, ahí te ves. And again, there's not too many camaradas from SAC, right, that get involved. I met a couple that afterwards were with Terco, right? But Spooky maintained with Terco up into the day he he got deported and he punched. But again, he was able to do his time because whatever you want to say about Terco, as long as you're useful, like he was, moving certain pieces, because within time, for those from SAC know that Angelinos came into place, that other neighborhood, and there was a lot more movement when it came to receiving, right, than when Abe had it. So anyways, the homie left, and again, for I don't know how many years exactly, right, I would be lying to you. They were under Abe not ever having a problem. But the minute they switched over, you got one greedy individual that he knew he was wrong, right? Let's just put it on the table. When it came to Jocko, a lot of people say, oh, he won the war when it came to Cisco and Perico. No, he didn't. He eventually locked it up behind that out of fear. however you guys paint it, sugar coat it. He seen the writing on the wall, he got scared and he punched. But before that, he took as much as he could, and he knew by him doing that, what was going to happen. Any possibility of anybody underneath him is gone. Because all the other brothers are going to be mad how he took him and fooled him. And, unfortunately, somebody's going to pay. And who better than those that were loyal to him, right? Which I'm going to touch on Shotgun, right? But again, do excuse I'm moving so slow. You guys know I'm not too great on the words, right? I try my best. But again, it's different looks to the inside from different angles, right? Here's that go that you had to buck up, get things done. It wasn't like with Abe, right? That he did something, and as far as Spooky told me, Abe always like, how much you collected per se, right? $100. Give me 50, save 50 for yourself. And it's real rare you ran across a Pili like that actually showed you love back. With Terco, it was, you would be alright. You didn't use or nothing, you would have for store and stuff, right? Underneath them. But, there was always chaos. I remember when I did things for Terco, he was in a lot of different yards, right? He was up on war with different other Pilis that, when you heard transfer and you heard where, it was like, oh, ni modo, suit up, boot up, mambo, a pegarle. But with Yaco, not only did he start a big war, right, and he violated, he's one of the big reasons why, they started moving on Pilis that gave Hyenas a lot of authority. Cause, yes, maybe, Cisco was stepping over boundaries, but when they get married to them, as far as I know, they got their neighborhood coming, and that should be respected out of love. After all, they're brothers. They come before anything, right? But since Yaco's wife was from the same neighborhood, and she was hurt, because as far as I know, it's all started over that Hyena's brother, right? That Cisco, to put out a statement, picked up, le puso una cuereada, gave him a spanking and the war kickoff. And Yaco had a Hyena literally demanding Sureños to take out a member. So Yaco back there, you can imagine, he was real aware that he was done. I seen comments that state Cisco is no good no more. As far as I know, it's different, right? But I asked, dude, please enlighten me with it. Maybe there's something there that who was putting me up on game missed it. But anyways, this is just a small glimpse on how there is good individuals, right? I want to concentrate on that. Not even on the doings of Yaco and Terco and these two camaradas and how they had two different endings. Abe did his thing. I don't know where he's at, but he was allowed to, his soldados were allowed to continue being solid, right? Which is rare. It's not impossible, it happens, but it's rare. Really has to have a lot of respect within their brothers, right? And especially if what you're pulling in ain't like other neighborhoods, for example, in LA, right? IE, Orange County, SD, them areas, 805. But, again, this is when I got Clecha from them, is the ones that were guiding me in Ironwood on how to go on things, and I'm thankful for that. I was underneath T from Bassett as well, And at this time, Spooky wasn't, right? But to this day, I don't know where Spooky's at, and I'm not gonna speak about if he's whatever, right? That's his business. I just wanted to enlighten on how things are. But the main pinpoint I want to put on here is just look at how things unfold inside, right? For those that get told different on the streets, right? And you come in and you find out what I say is what happens, right? Every is different, every yard is different. And once you start, it don't matter if you have nothing in your jacket, who has that yard, it depends your status. Even if there's no reason behind it. You could be good with one Billy, but he's in war with the next, so when you land on his yard, that's your butt. No buts or if. So all those sacrifices and things you do will not have one meaning. So again, my respects to this homie that recently passed away. He had a lot of talent. You know, it's possible, to get out that gutter that we tend to grow up in. So be smart, push for that. There's too much out there to be misled or lied to, to waste your life. Again, if it happens, it's la vida, right? But if it's possible, take it. With this said, do excuse. Someone told me I sound bad when it comes to my breathing, and yeah, I really gotta go get those shots. I'm struggling so bad with this inhaler, and it's just difficult. I can't go out the ranch. I'm hoping I could do it tomorrow and be able to get that shot in the belly button to open my lungs up. But I feel like, man, I'm not gonna sit up here and woo-hoo-hoo. I just pray to God I'm able to, because it's difficult. But palabras palabras, so I hope I make sense and I don't sound more bad than I usually do, right? With this said, I send my love. Please stay true to yourself and loyal to your loved ones always. Buenas noches.